If you're not listening to the Smoke World podcast, you're wasting your time, you mortal.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab that stick. Go grab a glass of whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have that conversation. Today, I'm joined by my co-host, Sketches in the building. What's up, man?
Just sitting here with that Macadoodle, drinking some of that Sagamore Spirit.
Okay, I don't know what he just said, but I'm going to assume.
Sagamore Spirit rye, that whiskey, that double oak.
Oh, yeah, we are drinking some rye. What is? I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know what that says. What does that say, brother?
This is the Sagamore.
Oh, okay.
Sagamore.
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 Because you're not talking into the mic.
Sagamore.
There you go.
Sagamore.
Man. All right, man. So what's up, man? How your week been, man? You had the event up in New York?
Yeah. I was out.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
We don't say New York when you're from Brooklyn. Yeah,
Okay.
You don't do that. We say Brooklyn. Brooklyn is its own entity.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. When somebody say, where you from? You say you're from Brooklyn.
No, I feel you on that.
You know?
But for the listeners,
It's not like...
they don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for the listeners who are listening, like, yo, where you from?
For the record, Brooklyn is the most popular city in the world when it comes to entertainment. We have most successful people coming out of Brooklyn. Jordan, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock. We got so many people. Seinfeld, Larry David. Everybody come from Brooklyn. Bette Midler. Everybody comes from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Jay-Z. We talk about billionaires. So many stars came out of Brooklyn. I'll be here all day.
I'm talking to one right now. Sketches is from Brooklyn. He's a billionaire.
So I had an event, and we had Celebration of Life. We had Melissa Morgan there. And
what was one of her hot songs that people remember? Because I had to look it up.
She had
I totally had
Love's
forgot.
Paradise, Fool's Paradise.
Okay.
Jay-Z used it. Worry about this time, give you peace of my mind.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I got you.
And she got a couple of hits. A lot of do me, baby, like you never done before. Yeah. She's sitting in them hot, black, tight looking.
I saw some of the.
Yeah,
footage.
she her voice is the same.
She swelled up a little bit though.
Well, you know,
like we always do. We all do that.
She's black. You know, she's pleasantly plump, and you know, she could hold a
swole.
note. She had the same voice that she had back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay,
same
so
voice.
her voice was the same. But, you know, that's how we all. If we live long enough, folks, yeah, a lot of times we swell up.
Yeah, we do.
That's just what happens, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Boss, the rapper. She died.
Okay.
Passed away. She had a really good album. I think she just said she did it just to pay her way through college or something like that, because she never came back out afterwards.
Like a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, it was like a one-hit album on there. And then she said she made enough money to do what she had to do and the purpose, and just stopped.
Kept it moving,
yeah.
Now let's talk about our boy, Mike from Good Time, who's in the building.
Right, Ralph Carter.
Mike Evans, right? That's the name on the show.
Well, yeah, it's Michael Evans. Yeah, he was because when we was growing up, only black role models we had was Gary Coleman and Michael Evans, Ralph Carter. We didn't have nobody else.
Hold on.
We didn't have no young.
Okay, but hold on.
As a youth,
I understand what you're saying, but how you just gonna forget JJ? He was the main character.
Well,
JJ just went to Mike.
JJ wasn't considered a youth. He was already pretty much 18 years old when he was on Good Times.
But Mike wasn't doing nothing, and he wasn't saying nothing, so we wasn't looking at.
What are you talking about? He was positive as an activist. He was the most positive activist black youth that we saw on television. There was nobody else out there in the 70s and 80s that we saw on television that was positive and activist and going against the man. Everything he said was going against the man.
Well, we wanted to go against the girls, and we wasn't looking at Mike for that.
I wasn't looking at girls in the 70s. I was young. I was 7, 8 years old.
What's the sister's name? You wasn't looking at her?
No.
Yes, she was. And little,
Thelma? Of course.
Yeah. Janet Jackson was on there. Come on, man.
Of course, I was looking at them, but
What are you talking about?
you know,
son?
I grew up in an area where there was a lot of racism. So
Yeah, we all did. More likely back in the 70s, no matter where you lived at. It was like that.
no,
Unfortunately.
no, I actually had to get buzzed back and forth to school with police officers because there was so much racism in my school. Because I was
Hold on. This rich place you live at, where all these rich people, the famous people come from? Brooklyn?
right, but I was going to a school that was borderline Queens, which is a racist county, racist city. Only thing that Queens have is 40 projects with Nas. Everything else, Queens is not a good place. A lot of racism, a lot of stuck-up people. Yeah, Queens ain't the place to be. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Hey,
the
folks,
truth.
they're coming at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it's the truth.
Sketches. He
know?
said that. Come at him hot. So, okay, so Mike Evans, a.k.a. Ralph, what's his last name?
Ralph Carter.
Ralph Carter.
Carter.
Was in the building.
Yeah,
Now, I saw the picture. Bro.
Right.
Yeah, he looking
So-
old like a mother.
Yeah, he went through a lot. You know, a lot of stress of being, like I said, being the youngest, coming out of good times, and it was, and he started doing plays and Broadways, and I think that put a burden on him. Not only did it put a burden on him, it put a burden on the whole cast. Esther Rolle, she passed away. John Amos,
Yeah.
he's on deathbed. It put a lot of strength on you, man. It's rough.
No, I guess it's like I said, you know what I mean? A lot of stress. We saw the results watching TV, but we don't see what they had to do as far as
What he told me, you know what he told me? He
get
says,
their
yo,
lines right.
save your money and invest. He said, instead of going out there and spending $400 on a pair of nice shoes, take that money and invest it or something like that. Save your money. Wear the Skippers, wear the cheap shoes, wear the same jeans if you want twice, 3 times a week.
Stone.
Save your money.
Stone special, basically.
Save
Stone
your money.
special.
Yes, save your money.
Stone special. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I didn't tell you what I'm smoking today. I really don't know, but I do. I'll tell you. One of our buddies has become a manager of a cigar lounge, which I'm not going to mention. Yeah, I'm petty like that. If you want me to mention your cigar lounge, you have to become a sponsor. Yep, I said it. But anyway,
Is it on the East Coast?
A house stick.
It's on the East Coast, though, right?
Yeah, it's in the state of New Jersey.
Okay.
It's a house stick, Cuban seeded blend. It's not a bad smoke. Maduro, Toro. So it's a good stick.
Is it almost full body or?
No, it's medium.
Medium.
Yeah, medium. Like I said, nice everyday smoke. Inexpensive. Smoke world prices. But, yeah, you got to pay if you want to know who that is. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at in life. That is what I'm at. So, switching gears, brother. We were talking off air. Funny as hell.
It's not funny, man.
It is funny.
No, it's not funny. It's not funny.
It's funny. So,
I don't think it's funny.
I'll let you set
Come
the
to
stage.
my
on
house. You gonna come to my house
this. Set the stage.
and
brother.
you use my bidet and leave water all over the place? So you don't understand. The bidet splashes water to your rectum. So that backsplash has fecal matter in it. Clean it up. You're not even supposed to be using my bidet.
So, ladies and gentlemen, again, I do apologize. We need to set the story up. So, Sketches had company come over.
What kind of company was it?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
They was of the lighter color of people.
Oh, okay.
You know, the
Caucasian?
yeah.
Okay, so you had some. Okay,
Yeah,
because you're African American or black, whatever you call yourself
I'm Brooklyn.
this week.
I'm Brooklyn black.
Yeah, BB.
Brooklyn. Yeah, BB.
And you had some company come over. Well, you said it was your wife's company.
Oh, come on! Why are you gonna say her?
Oh, my
I
bad.
don't want to put her in it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, cause
We'll retract that.
yeah, I don't want to.
Not.
Yeah.
So you had company come over, and it is in your mind.
This is not the first time.
But you're in this opinion that if you use your bathroom, do not use the bidet. That's your way of thinking.
Right.
Just do stuff like you normally do. Now I can't say if you do it like that at home because they have a bidet at home. So it's like, oh, great, they have a bidet too. So for those who are not familiar with a bidet, I understand where you're coming from. But for the ones who don't have that, we just going to go in there and do what we do. But how could you be mad because they use the utensils?
Because this is the second
equipment that's in its
because
bathroom.
this is the second white family that used my bidet. I had plenty of family come over, hundreds. I had events at my house. No one ever used a bidet but these two white couples.
And you got a problem with that. So you're saying the bidet is offline. If company comes over, so we get it straight. If you go to Skechers houses and you have to go to the bathroom and you got to take a doo-doo, a shit, a poopy doopies, you can use the bathroom like you normally do if you don't have a bidet. Don't go touching that. Get the toilet paper like you grew up on. Wipe your ass. Can we use your soap?
Nope. Wipe your ass. Get the fuck out of there.
Can we use your soap and hand towel?
Oh, you can use, yeah. Everything is set up.
Okay.
Just don't turn that bidet switch. Sit down with your fat ass and splash dookie fecal water all over the place without cleaning it up.
So this is okay. So we're cool. So we're straight. You're really pissed because they didn't use it properly. They took a dookie and
I don't think it was a dookie because I don't think it was a dookie.
How you know? You don't know. You don't know. Let's just be fair. You don't know.
She was only in there for like 10 minutes.
That's a long time.
Is it a long time?
That's a dookie. That's a dookie in public. Now home, you sitting down, y'all playing with your phone, reading stuff, getting dookie matter all over your phone.
It felt like 10 minutes because I was,
You was counting the minutes?
I wasn't counting the minutes, but it was like, what's she doing this so long? Is she looking in my cabinet? I heard it like to look in your cabinet. Is that everybody?
Okay, sir. Is this the guest bathroom? Do you have a cabinet in
I have
the
a guest bathroom, but my wife didn't let her use the guest bathroom. She let her use the regular bathroom, and then we have our own personal bathroom.
Wait a minute. So this is where the violation comes at. This is on you guys. You guys pointed somebody in the wrong direction in the wrong bathroom because that's why it's called guest bathrooms. Hey, buddy, I gotta go to the bathroom. Can I use your bathroom, buddy? Yeah, here you go, right here. Boom. Somebody pointed them in the wrong direction.
But I think
it you or your wife?
I think my wife know that her ass was too big for a round toilet, so she went and let her use the oval.
So this is a big girl.
Yeah, it's a big girl. So she probably didn't want her to use the round. We have a round toilet downstairs, and if you're big, it's not gonna be pleasant for you.
Well, most toilets were around for many years, and big people went to the bathroom for many years. Just to let you know, I hear what you're saying. I'm not sure.
But why? No one else did it besides these two white couples. I don't.
But you really only proof you have is that you saw water sprayed around the bathroom.
Where the water is at is the effects of the bidet.
Okay. Well, how about this? How about this? Now, thinking outside the box. Maybe they didn't use the bidet, but they was more curious of how this works. They might have got up and said, "Oh my God, I wonder."
Who does that?
You'd be surprised.
You're a 40-something-year-old woman. You're gonna play around with somebody's bidet.
Curiosity kills the cat, brother.
Well, she should have washed that cat a different method instead of using my bidet.
Maybe she didn't use it. She just turned it on and didn't realize it was going to be that powerful. Like, oh my God.
Probably the best pleasure she ever had in years.
Whoa, wait a minute. Where are we going with this?
Oh, you didn't know?
Huh?
You didn't know?
What? I don't have that. What? You know what?
Oh, the girls love the bidet.
They do?
It cleans their twat out like a storage.
I thought it cleans your ass.
It does both.
So what, you got to turn around to get your cooch?
No, I have one that has front and back.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. I mean, front and back.
Front and back. Your rectum and your box and be clean. And my wife whistles when she walk around the house. Just
whistle while you work?
No, once she walk around, she's just whistling because it does what it does. It do what it do.
Okay.
It do what it do.
I didn't know.
I suggest everybody have a bidet in their house.
They're pretty inexpensive. Get it for like $20 online now.
A bidet?
Absolutely.
No, not a good one.
Well, I don't know what a
You
good
spend
one is.
$20 on bidet, you probably gonna fuck your rectum up
How come?
because it's probably gonna shoot weird. It's probably not gonna do what it's supposed to do. Probably gonna be
Shoot
cold.
water in your ass. That's what it's done. That's what it's designed to do. How hard could it be? I'll get a water gun to do that. Get a soaker. Bow. Hit you in your ass. Clean your ass. Get your ass up.
No, what is
You still need toilet paper after that?
It's
Because
a
it's
cer-
all wet.
it's a
How does
cer-
that work? Hold on, I got a question. I'm sorry.
It's a certain PSI that you need to get it done to get into the nooks and crannies.
Okay, so
Cause you get the wrong one, you get it from a bidet. Your ass going like an orangutan.
I'm a share my naivete. I have never used a bidet. Number one, never used it. So I do have a couple questions. Smoke World listeners, hey, apologize, but this is what we do here. We have conversations. We light a cigar up, grab a drink, and have a conversation. Sometimes we don't know where those conversations are going to go. No difference from when you're sitting with your friends at the lounge, backyard, patio, whatever. Anyway, using the bidet. So splashes the water, or not splash, squirts. What do you say? What's the proper word? A stream of water comes out.
We could squirt. We can go with a squirt.
A squirt of water comes out. So is this to eliminate any use of toilet paper at all? So there's no toilet paper needed.
No, there's no cleaning. You just got to dry.
That's what I'm going to get at. So
you're drying. You're patting.
What do I dry it with? The toilet paper?
Yes, but you're using less toilet paper because you don't have to clean off the doo-doo. The doo-doo's already cleaned off. You're just drying yourself.
But not all toilet papers are made the same, sir.
Oh, we use the top line.
But think about that, though. Not all toilet papers are made the same. A lot of them are not meant to get wet. Now you got toilet paper all over your ass.
Well, I have reusable toilet paper that we use.
What? No such thing, bro. Ain't no such thing.
I use reusable toilet paper. What are you talking about?
There's no such thing. What is that? What are you talking about?
Reusable toilet paper. I buy a roll of 50, and it lasts me all year round. I just keep washing them.
His name is Sketches.
Wait. So you never use reusable toilet paper?
You talking about a washcloth?
No, reusable toilet paper.
I do apologize. There's no video to be able to see the look that I'm giving.
I'm giving you $1 million worth of information right now.
$1 million worth of game?
Right. So if you want to eliminate dookie stains, you want to eliminate pink eye, because a lot of people get pink eye from a shitty ass. Wipe their ass, they get a little dookie on their hands, then they put it in their mouth, they get cold, they get cold sores, the pink eye. It's because you wipe your ass and it goes through the tissue and it's on your hands and on your fingernail. Women with the long nails, you're getting dookie under your nails. And then now you put it in your mouth, you're eating something, now you got pink eye.
I'm sorry, y'all.
That's where pink eye come from.
I'm sorry. Okay, so the reusable toilet paper.
Reusable toilet paper.
We get this from BJ's or Costco.
Get it from Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's called reusable
It's
toilet paper.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
It's 2-ply, 1-ply.
No, soft on the skin too. Very soft on the skin. Yeah.
Got a little lotion in it.
Yeah. What I do is we have a little. We got like a bucket on the side that we use. Put the bucket on the side. Has a little 1 to 10 bleach. 1 to 10.
Okay, so you went from having a bidet. You went from being a modern man to going back to outhouses where you have a bucket
Little side bucket.
next to the fucking toilet.
One part bleach. One part 10 parts of water.
Okay, so this is what I learned from this conversation. Don't go to your house. Do not use your bathroom for several reasons now that you use.
Well, the reusable toilet paper is not it's in our room, our bathroom.
Oh, personal,
Personal, yeah.
Oh, okay. Again,
So we go through a whole month with one roll of toilet paper.
well, based on the bidet, I'm
Right,
assuming.
and then reusable toilet paper.
So, but okay, if you're at home, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm home, the bidet is in my personal bathroom. I'm not using any toilet paper to dry. I'm going to get
You
A
can
rag.
you can reusable toilet paper.
We not. This still okay. I'm talking to reasonable people. I'm talking to real people right now. If I got a bidet, let's look at this. Break it down again.
Right.
Again, I apologize, Smoke World listeners, but this is where we're at right now. If I have a bidet
And want a
I'm
clean
at
ass.
home,
And want a clean ass.
I want a clean ass.
A nice, clean, fresh
shot,
ass.
A shot of the
Lickable ass.
boom. Oh, calm down. Whoa. Tossing salads ain't what we talking about. And I get the spray. I'm at home. What I'm not going to do is grab toilet paper. I have other means to dry my ass. Maybe I need to get in the shower. Maybe I'll get a washcloth and dry my ass.
Or reusable toilet paper.
Okay, well, not in the stone house. I don't have a bidet yet, but according to you, I don't think I want one.
Because why would you want to add extra dingleberries unnecessarily?
You saying the bidet cleans your ass?
It does, but then when you dry, you're going to leave dingleberry.
So it's not really clean your ass because if the dingleberries are stored there,
It's still clean dingleberries. It's clean dingleberries, but I just don't want dingleberries at all.
okay, this doesn't sound like it works.
It works.
Not
You can have clean dingleberry, clean tissue. It's just dingleberries. I don't want dingleberries at all.
That's my whole point. Why do I need to use that if I'm home? Go get the washcloth. They leave nothing.
No
Nothing.
washcloths. Because now you got to. What you gonna do with that washcloth?
You wash it. What you mean? Same thing you do
And
with your ass.
Now you're back to putting nasty stuff in your hands and getting fecal matter in your hand and getting the
Soap
flu.
and water, it feels so good.
Not enough. It's not enough.
Soap and water that can do what it should. Yeah. Anyway, PCA. The PCA, ladies and gentlemen, is coming. We record this podcast on a Tuesday. PCA is the 22nd of March. The 22nd through the 25th. Not as long as it normally has been. And this is the first year that they're having it in the month of March. Normally, it's been in July when Vegas is about 117 degrees. And you catch a fire out that motherfucker. Yes.
So it's kind of like it's March Madness going. No, March Madness gonna be done by the time y'all get down that thing.
I think not, bro. I think so. So that's a very, very good point. Segue. So I'm booking stuff, trying to find the rooms, hotels, flights, bro. The flights, oh my god, ridiculous.
It's March Madness prices.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. I didn't know. I said, why? I had to Google. Why is my plane ticket so fucking high? March Madness, spring break, NASCAR, conventions. I said, ain't this a bit?
Wait, when is the NASCAR?
They had March.
Oh snap!
Right. All this is going on in March.
God.
They said March is one of the most expensive months to go to Las Vegas. Number 20. The weather. They said the weather's just right. They got the longest days of the year in March. I'm like, really? So the tickets are crazy, brother. Crazy. I'm like, damn. But
it's cigars. You know, you're gonna pay to play when you're in Cigar World. You gotta pay to play.
Well, I gotta pay. I'm a cheap bastard. Smoke World.
Like we like house cigars, but you still gotta pay. If you want a good cigar, you gotta pay.
All right, so for those who don't know, which I can imagine if you listen to Smoke World podcast, you don't know. PCA, what is that? Premium Cigar Association. Those are the individuals who are responsible for the legislation, the laws, the governing of tobacco, FDA, all these folks who hate us. I'm sounding like Trump now. Yeah, I want to get my Trump. All these people who hate us, the Democrats. So they are instrumental in lobbying senators, educating senators, legislators, representatives in reference to tobacco. Because, you know, there's a big fight with this whole cigarette, cigar, vapes. It's all different categories. But a lot of DC wants to lump everything in together. So it's important for the PCA to go down there and say, hey, hold on, guys. These are premium handmade cigars. This is not a vape. It's not a Black and Mild. No hating on the Black and Mild smokers. But this is not that. So it needs to be in its own.
So you're
class.
trying to tell me that, as for today, they are incorporating vapes under tobacco.
They've been doing that for a while, sir, for years.
So all the regulations of what's going on with these vapes and the kids underage is we getting the residual of that. That's why.
No, not necessarily now, because of the PCA. The PCA is instrumental in ensuring that, hey, cigars, cigarettes, vapes, all different categories. This is a premium, straight from the earth, tobacco. This ain't no processed cigarette. We don't have chemicals in this. This is a natural product.
So what's it? So are they going to actually go in there and say there's a difference between a Blackie Mile and a Macadoodle?
Okay, so I'm apologize. Macanudo. Macanudo. Yeah, he's naming it his own cigar.
No, I did it on purpose.
Okay.
Is there a difference between the Dutch Master and this Cuban cigar, Cohiba?
Sir, are you asking me or you?
Right. I'm trying to say this is what they're going to be talking about there.
Yes, sir. And they have been instrumental and they have been successful with that argument to say, hey, this is completely different from that. So that is what the PCA does.
So what can we do to help out on that? So
well, they actually do have membership. So hold on, because I don't like that word, and nor does my listener. So yeah, you can donate if you go to the PC. If you just type in your Google or whatever search engine you have, type in PCA cigars, because PCA has a lot of different acronyms for different things. But PCA cigars, it will probably take you to their webpage. There's a whole list of things, explains to you what they do, who's the president, what role they have, what fights they have on, what legislation.
Do they have a place where you can donate $5, $10?
Yeah, I believe they do.
Because it's a good cause, man. It is.
No, it is.
Everybody can pay $10. It does help out.
No, it does. So I believe there is a link on the site that allows you to make a donation. Mm-hmm. But everything is there. I mean, they give it a nice breakdown exactly who and what and how they operate. So that's very important. But yeah, I'll be out there. My experience from the last time I went was a great experience. The convention starts about 11 o'clock their time, Eastern Standard Time. We're 3 hours behind. But great group of folks out there. Cigars. You see some celebrities. You'd be surprised who you see. They're putting out a lot of the new products come out at the PCA. May not be the case this year, only because of the timing. Like I said, normally it's been in July. So normally a company takes about a year to get their product in line for the new product. About a year. So there has been talk. Come March, which is the month we're in now, they have to maybe come with some new releases come July because of the fact of the timing. So, but not a big deal.
They have different tables. What? Because what I've noticed, I haven't been smoking that long. I've been smoking for like 12, 13 years.
That's long, bro.
So what I've noticed in the last 2 years, so many black people coming out with their own cigar line. Like I didn't see that when I first came in the game, and I'm seeing like.
Okay, but respectfully, was you paying any attention to that?
Yeah, of course, I always pay attention to that. I always go to a cigar lounge and like, you got any black lines? You got and I could never find it. No one's. I have to look at a random cigar page and Black History Month will pop up, and then I'll find something.
Okay, you said two things there. So here's the thing, and you may be right, but location. So you said I'll go to a lounge and say, hey, do you have any cigars by black folks?
Right.
And they say no. Because they wasn't carrying them. Didn't mean they didn't exist. Just the fact that lounge, that particular establishment, wasn't carrying those particular cigars. Now, a lot of these cigar industries coming from a perspective of, okay, this is a black cigar maker. You know, and some folks get upset with that.
Because I go to everywhere I go, I'm trying to go to a lounge. If I'm going, I've been to 30 cities, over 30 countries, and I go to these lounges and I look. I say, you got anything black? Anything from No.
Right. Again, some of these folks, and it's many reasons why. Because some of them, be honest, I mean, some people don't hear this. Some of it was trash, and some still are trash. So let's be honest. And I'm not just saying they're black, but I'm just saying there's so many cigar companies out here. Not everybody makes a great cigar. Okay.
Because so far I had three brothers had 3 great lines. Remember I got lucky.
No, not well. I'm not gonna say you got lucky, but I'm just saying when I say there's trash out here, there's trash across the industry, no matter who it is. So as we progress, move forward, network, become more knowledgeable, there are great products that are coming out that are black-owned cigar companies that make a great product. And again, I'm not going down the line and naming none. Again, sponsorship is what it's called.
I was just on Cigar Bid looking for them. I was on Cigar Bid. I typed it in. Nothing came up.
Because it probably won't come up in a search in the sense of black-owned cigars. I mean, most searches aren't designed to.
Did it drop?
Find that.
It dropped?
I don't think so. Yeah, designed to find that. So you would have to go to a Google. I can't use Google because, again, Google don't sponsor nothing either.
No.
But you go to your search engine and type in black-owned cigar companies. You'll get a nice amount of things.
I don't like Google. I just posted something today that said black female only, and they told me, you sure you want to post this? This goes against our regulations. I'm like, what are you talking about? You sure you want to post this?
What was it? What
I had posted that, Ernestine Epps is the first black female, blah, 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 and they gave me a warning.
Do you want to say what platform this was?
On Instagram. And I was like, what? Posted. Well, I didn't say nothing wrong.
Really?
She was the first black female to get the CW5 in the National Guard. And they popped up like, you sure you want to say that? Is that? That's
really?
not racist.
So I'm not familiar. I never got a warning.
Got a warning.
It came up as a warning.
Yes.
And it said, are you sure?
Yes.
That you want to
also
post?
Got warnings every time I talk about Trump. I get warnings.
Why you keep messing with him, man?
I'm not messing with him.
You mean we go through this all the time? Why you keep messing with him?
I'm not messing with him. I'm not messing with him.
Leave him alone.
I'm not messing with Trump. I just said that Trump
He's a
is
hater.
On trial, and now the guy that he was going against
He ain't on trial yet.
On the
what trial he's on?
The civil cases and all the other
well,
stuff.
That's already got resolved.
Well, the thing on the thing on the White House.
That's not gonna happen.
That's May. But I'm saying he's on the stand now.
Well, Judge
so now
Cannon,
the guy that he did the
Judge
same
Cannon
thing to
is not going to let that happen.
You ever heard about the Central Park 5? Well, he's actually a councilman now.
Yeah, I do. Right. Know that.
So now he's in New York City, waiting.
I do know that.
Waiting to get his chance to go against Trump. Same thing that Trump did to him when he was a boy, saying that he raped that girl in Central Park. So you see how the tables turn.
What role would he have in anything?
He's councilman. They lobby with they lobby.
But I'm saying, what role would he play
as a councilman in New York City?
Yeah.
It plays a part. They lobby.
Lobby what? He's not the legal system. Trump's in the legal system right now. Trump is
no civil too.
Supposedly go March 25th. This trial for, and I don't. If we're going to call it the hush money, quote air quotes, hush money situation that's supposed to be starting. Jury selection March 25th, I believe. So that's why I was just curious to know how would he play a role in. He doesn't have anything to do with
because
that.
What happened is remember he has to pay that $300-something million, and then he can't operate inside New York City.
Yeah, that was Judge Arthur.
Well, it's the councilman to make sure that all the bids and make sure he don't change his name. He don't come on with a different name. And that's all councilmen and assemblymen. They make sure that bids don't go out that he still part of.
Okay.
So he could change his name from Trump to something else and then do business with somebody else. And that's
why would he do that? Because his name is where his money is at.
Huh?
His name is his money. So he's not gonna become Jacob and be like, yo, I got Jacobs around the world.
If he got to pay, if he got to put up $300 million, he's gonna do whatever it takes for him to get that money.
He gonna
back.
have to put that up. Oh, he ain't getting out of that. Just like he put that bond up, with $91 million for Eugene Carroll. Yeah, on these type of bonds, yeah, you gotta put that money. They don't play that. Even if you want to appeal it, you have to front the money.
You know what? I'm glad we have a Trump. I'm glad we have a Trump. We need people out there to shake the feathers. I'm not gonna lie.
Shake the feathers.
We need guys like him to shake the feathers, and I like it.
Is that what you call it?
Shaking the feathers. You're just shaking the feathers. Because you get tired of it be black people all the time. Like, point the finger at somebody else sometimes.
So this moment in time, my opinion, will be judged 20 years from now. History will make a judgment of this moment in time, because when we hear that, hey, you guys you love that, you rock with this, history will be the judge of this moment in time, because nothing's normal about none of this. But we have now become complicit, lethargic, dragging our asses to act like all this stuff is normal. None of this is normal. None of it. But this is where we're at right now.
So
this is who the country is. You hear like, we're better than this. No, we're not.
So you don't think
this is who the country is.
I think this is the norm. I'm sorry. I think it's the
new norm. I don't know how long it's going to last.
But we don't even know what the norm is. As a black man, we don't know what the norm is. But we know that we don't know what the norm is.
What are we talking about as far as the norm?
Politics. We don't know if what he's saying or what he's doing.
Politics or politricks?
Politricks.
Okay, so this particular movement, I'm gonna call it that. This movement in time, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I think only Trump can get away with it. So let's say 4 years from now, who's gonna take over? Who's gonna be the next Trump-liking?
But if he gets over,
Trumpian.
they use this same to help somebody else out.
It's not gonna work for everybody. Plenty already tried it.
Who?
Plenty of these politicians tried that Trump move. It don't work for them. So they can't pull the same stuff, because plenty of them, Santos, look at that fool. Oh, he can lie. I can make stuff up. None of this stuff.
He have enough money.
He
have enough money.
But they're not going to follow nobody for whatever reason like they follow on Trump right now. In my opinion.
Look at these people, my blacks. I can see nothing but blacks in the room. It's great. I love you guys. Welcome to another episode of the Preschool Apprentice. Sleepy Joe.
All that. So nobody else is going to be able to pull that off.
It's a lose-lose. We in a lose-lose situation right now. Because Biden he wants to give us the world. Just be real. Say you can't do stuff. What's wrong with it? I'm not going to be able to figure out the immigration right now.
No, they can figure. No, so here's the thing. Okay, not to cut you. It's nothing to figure out. All this executive decision bullshit. These cats. The president destroyed executive order. Okay, temporary fix. The laws by Congress must be changed. This is very complicated. This immigration law is very complicated. They just can't close the border. Financially, you can't do that. Commerce comes through there. Millions of dollars is lost. You close the border down, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
So why they're not saying that?
Because, again, it's not politically expedient, and most people don't understand how this works. Immigration law, you can't stop somebody from claiming asylum. The law doesn't allow you to do that. You can't, if I can step on the soil and say I'm claiming asylum, you can't say, you can't come over here. Oh, hell, if I can't. The law says I can. The law has to be changed. That is the difference. So.
You can't change that law.
No, at least, it has to go to Congress. It's very complicated. It's a very complicated matter. But it's political right now. Everything's political. In 2 years, hell, in another year.
I did Border Patrol. I did a 30-day stint in the National Guard. I did Border Patrol. I remember we first got there. I'm a sergeant, and I had a squad. They told me, do not, I repeat, do not hurt anybody that comes over that fence. Grab them, don't assault them, question them, and we'll bring them back. Do not shoot. Matter of fact, they gave us 4 rounds. Everybody had 4 rounds. The 4 round was not in the weapon. The 4 round was in the magazine taped to the handle.
The side of the gun.
Right, but there's no rounds inside it.
Wasn't hot. Wow.
So them rounds is only for protection. If we come in close with a cartel or something like that, and they shoot at us first, then we have to rip off the tape, engage, and then fire upon. Other than that, why are we there? What was that? And this was 10 years ago.
Bro, this has been an issue for over 40 years. The border's nothing new. And
but why lie to us? Tell us straight up. You can't do nothing. We're not going to do nothing with them girls right now.
You can't get away with that right now. Because the other side has placed a magnifying glass on it. And folks who don't know, which are a lot of people who are ignorant, and I'm not using that word as a derogatory statement, but you just don't know. You don't know how this works. Unless you really dug into this thing, you would never know. You can't stop anyone from claiming asylum. Hey, can't do that. You can't do it. Can't do it. Can't close the border. But it's political. In a year, depends on who wins. This ain't going to be the conversation. We'll be going back to black on black crime again. That would be the first thing on the news. The border is right now.
But when Trump was in, he tried to do the executive order and it didn't work either.
That's my whole point. He had 4 years to do something. What did he do? 4 years. Biden right now in the 3rd year. So this is not nothing the president can do. That bill that was a bipartisan bill, Congress came together with. That was the best thing they had. And now you go ahead, folks. Yeah, I hear y'all. Mind your business. They talking to the radio right now. Fuck you, Stone. You know what you talking about. You know what I mean? You talking that bullshit. You don't know. That bill, which Customs, Border Patrol, all those cats was like, yo, we rock with that bill. That would help us out tremendously. Let's make it happen. But we are in we are in an election year, so Trump gets word of that because it will appear to be a win for Biden. Now, you can't have that if I'm Trump. I can't have my most limelighted, conversated piece of talk shit border get fixed. What am I going to run on? What am I have to talk about? I got to go back to talking about Sleepy Joe. And segue, Sleepy Joe. I need to advise them. I'm going to talk to the Biden administration real quick. And then we're going to let the folks smoke their own cigars.
And we are in Delaware. This is actually where,
that's
where
correct.
he lives at.
So I want to talk to the Biden administration for a minute. Just for a second. Mr. President, matter of fact, sir, you sit back, get yourself a cup of coffee. I'm going to talk to your staff. Staff members of the Biden administration. You're failing in the aspect of perception, communications, when it comes to Mr. President Biden's age. This should be a joke every day. The president should be joking about this every day. Coming out every day talking about my age. Hey, yeah, I can't do 50 push-ups like I used to. I wake up, I got to do a couple steps for the blood. Every day. You're old. That's not going to change. Embrace it. Yeah, I fell off the bike a couple times, probably more than a couple times. I'm going to have apple sauce or Jello a little later on. I got my Depends on. All that. Make it a joke because guess what? If you can do that, that takes away the juice, it takes away the sting. Because now they don't have nothing to talk about. It does. It's like, oh, okay, he's old. He's sleepy. He can't talk. Let him know. I ain't no young bull like I used to. Talk to Jill. Jill, I ain't putting that work in like I used to, am I? Guess what? Game changes. Embrace the age.
Right.
Embrace it.
So, and it's the concept of, you ever go to the prison and see the old guy in prison who been there for like 30, 40, 35 years? He's been in prison. The knowledge that he has is the best knowledge in the system. But he don't do weights anymore.
He ain't doing all that.
All he does is play bit whiz.
Guess what?
But he has so much knowledge.
Knowledge and respect.
Exactly.
Cats come in. That's the old
That's
head.
it. That's the old he's.
That's the old
If
head.
you want to make it through, listen to him. He's gonna make you. You're gonna make it through.
Speaking of making it through, we're gonna let them smoke. We're gonna let them smoke, man. We beat their ears up a little bit for this week. We're gonna let them smoke. We had touched on a lot of things. Smoke World listeners, Sketches, how can they get in contact with you, brother?
They can go to Rock and Rod TV, ROCN ROD TV on Facebook. I have a lot of stuff. Stand-up comedian, professional. I'm an herbalist. I'm a podcast creator. I'm a living nightmare.
Damn. Ladies and gentlemen, you can get in contact with me. Smoke World Podcast is the IG. SmokeWorldPodcast.com is the website. Email stone@smokeworldpodcast.com is the email. Yo, listen. We love y'all. We respect y'all. Thank you for supporting. And guess what? We'll see y'all on the other side.
That's right. Stop using my bidet.
Peace.